All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. All right, two guys from the band Ratt. These are the only two original members left in the group. Stephen Pearcy, Juan Crucier. In a new interview with Appetite for Distortion, Ratt singer Stephen Pearcy spoke about how the pandemic, or case-demic as I like to call it, has affected the band's plans for new music as well as the progress of the songwriting sessions for his next solo album. Now, this interview is going to get kind of interesting because not only does he throw Crucier under the bus, he drives the bus over Juan a couple of times during this interview, and he does it in a way that's very casual, almost as if he's trying to say, look, if Stephen Pearcy could control Ratt, we'd have music out there. But I have to make it into solo stuff instead. Ratt was going to go into auditions for a rhythm guitar player and try to record a song or two and welcome in the new year. But there's all time to do that, so we'll now put that on the back burner until everything is really back to the norm. But as far as me and my solo career, I've been working on solo album number 6, and that will be ready to go very soon. I'm also releasing a legacy record of songs from my career, 1977 till 2021. So I've got a lot on the plate. So I'm good here, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully everything will be back to normal soon. Yeah, that vaccine is coming, right? According to Pearcy, his decision to focus on a new solo album was born out of necessity, not preference. Now, this is where the article gets kind of interesting. I'm always prepared to do Ratt music, but if my partner is not into it, then I just switch tracks and move forward. Now, you got to think that Crucier and Pearcy are equal partners in the whole Ratt brand enterprise. Because if Pearcy had controlling interest in the band, and I know there were a lot of legal things that happened with Ratt back in the day, so I'm not sure how everything shook out, but it appears that Steven can't just say, hey, we're putting out new music. If you don't want to play on it, I'll just get someone else to play on it. That's what I would do if I were in control of this. Pearcy says anything I write for myself or just write period is thought of as Ratt music, and I pretty much bring it to Ratt first. If I know it's really Ratt, meaning the sound is a Ratt sound and that's schematic, then I'll bring it to them. The only partner left here is Juan, and if there's no interest in recording from the guy, then I just move forward and I record it for me. All right, so recording, there's no interest recording from the guy, like some guy that's just in the group. Apparently these guys, again, it just sounds like they're not getting along all that well and they're not on the same page. Pearcy does a good job, though, explaining what's going on here, and it's something I talk about a lot on this channel. Stephen went on to say that the solo song, All That I Want, which he released in April, was originally meant to be a Ratt track. By the way, it's a pretty good song. It didn't happen. We didn't get in the studio before we went on the road last summer. That's how old that song is, but it's new. It's still a new song he added. I just recorded it solo and put it out, so people have something to listen to until I get the solo record finished. But it's written, ready to go. Anything I write, people expect it to be Ratt, and why am I not writing Ratt music, he continued. Well, it's like I do all the time. So he's basically saying, how come, he's answering people that tell him, hey, how come you don't write Ratt music? And he's like, I do all the time. It's just that apparently Crucier doesn't want it. He doesn't want to release it as Ratt. At the end of the day, for me, it's all good no matter where the songs go. All right, he's trying to be diplomatic, but I pretty much offer him to my band Ratt first. He says my band. So if he's got some control over Ratt, you think he would just be a dictator at this point and say, you're just going to do it. Anyway, obviously it goes to Ratt first. If it doesn't go down, then sure, I'll keep him for me. Piercy also lamented the fact that so many of his peers, now this is good here, have no penchant for putting out new music because they believe that most fans of classic rock bands don't always like to listen to fresh material. Now, this is an ongoing problem because you have no support system in the industry. You have people like Eddie Trunk, they talk about new music, but, Eddie, if you were really devoted to the new stuff by these bands that you like from this era, and I'm thinking that Ratt might be one of them. I know LA Guns is one of them for sure. You need to, help start a radio station, a terrestrial network of radio stations that will play melodic rock. Okay? Just seriously. I mean, get together with some buddies up there at Sirius and not just for subscription only, because that's not going to... You won't have a rebirth in the industry if you're just pay-per-view or pay to listen. Some of your own band members don't want to work these days, he goes on. They don't think they have to write new music, that you can live off your legacy and you can play your songs, classic rock, which it is now. And believe me, it's a very good thing what we've accomplished. So he's saying here, we've got this great catalog, but we should have the leverage to put out some new material. I mean, years go by, people want to hear something different, although, again, your casual fan is going to wait to hear Round and Round and then think they hit the lottery when that song comes on. This band had such a great catalog. Beau Hill is a producer. This wasn't necessarily hair metal, although it was categorized as that. This music to me was just straight up rock and roll. And it was a little sleazy, a little greasy, a little grimy, but again, straight up rock and roll. I mean, this could have been 70s glam rock if it had maybe different production value. But Beau Hill was a guy who really got that guitar sound out of this group. And they had a lot of great songs and deeper tracks that you've never heard of. A lot of my peers from the 1980s, they don't think they need to do records. They don't think records are important. I can honestly say my bass player Juan doesn't think it's important. This is a rift. If he's saying this out loud for an interview, it's a rift. These guys aren't seeing eye to eye here. But to me, music is always important. My bass player is not breaking down any walls trying to get music out with me for Ratt. And I can say it because I'm the one that's having to end up doing a solo record, and the songs sound like Ratt because I know people want to hear new music, and I happen to be the singer guy, but you literally can just be a jukebox just going through the motions. Like just playing the hits. So View to a Thrill came out in 2018 via Frontiers Music. Poor Frontiers Music. They put this guy's album out. The follow-up to 2017 Smash. So, Piercy's been fairly busy. And if you like Ratt, you should go listen to those records. The comments are overwhelmingly positive about this stuff. And again, no support system here in the United States or for that much around the world for new melodic rock from Steven or Ratt. But I think they'd have a far better chance if they released it as Ratt. It's still a brand that has a lot of clout. I mean, look at the Geico ad. Now, they could do a TikTok video, right? Or have some kid on a skateboard do a video and have them, singing a few lines from a brand new track by Ratt. I mean, I don't know. Have Stephen Piercy do it. Although, I don't know if he's got the balance to be on a skateboard. Maybe not Stephen. But it is an idea. This is the way your songs go viral, and then people want more, and who knows what can happen. I mean, this is the way you get your music out there. And again, it'd be smart if somebody would start up a terrestrial radio network of stations that played melodic rock from yesterday and today and got rid of all of this garbage from the mainstream rock charts, which 95% of it is not melodic rock. AC/DC, though, is at the top of the charts over there right now. which is really awesome news for fans of melodic rock. Catchy hooks, great guitar licks. That's what we want. And if you're a fan of Ratt, that's the kind of music you enjoy. So anyway, interesting little rift here between Juan and Steven. It doesn't look like things are going to go well until these guys can agree on maybe putting out some Ratt music. All right, I'm done. I went kind of long-winded on this one. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. And yes, you can join me via Patreon, too, for just $1 a month. And I'll see you there, and I'll see you soon.